Hey, what's going on, everyone? Appreciate y'all coming here and checking out this Fallout 76 video. In this one, I'm going to be showing y'all a secret that was just recently discovered by some Fallout 76 players. It's been almost 2 years now since we've been able to play at this area that was updated into the game. As some of you may know, the Skyline Valley update, this map expansion down here, was added into the game back in April of 2024. And some players are finally discovering the final lightning secret over here that you guys are going to find pretty interesting. You can literally discover Thor's hammer over here. I'll also be sharing with y'all all the other lightning secrets that have been discovered too. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I say lightning secrets, in case you don't know. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. If you find this enjoyable, consider leaving a like. Let's get this video to surpass 500 likes, guys, so we can get this more passed around, so more players can know about these interesting lightning secrets. So yeah, as you can see here, the actual original founder reached out to me a while back ago on January 12th, 2026, showing his video of finding this unique secret. He also messaged saying, I would also like to mention that this is the final Easter egg for the lightning that was in the game files. And we had just discovered it last night. So they discovered it January 11th, 2026. I'm just now getting around to making this video though, but I have to give credit where credit is due. Go and check out his video if you want. Show some love over there. I'll have a link to the founder's video down below in the description. Without him, this knowledge would not have been passed around as much within the community. He's chain reacted this to start getting passed around the community. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this now. First, I'll show you how to discover this new lightning secret that was just recently discovered. So the founder explained it. All you got to do is nuke down here at the Slumber Mill Motel, right? So yeah, weird, I know. You got to nuke down here. And as so you may know, the area is protected from nukes, but it does chain react more lightning to strike in those specific areas that a nuke does touch down at for a little while. The nuke doesn't last nearly as long in this vicinity compared to like nuking, you know, out here away from this area. For some reason, the storm absorbs the nukes down in this area. It's part of the lore of this place. But yeah, the nuke zone environment still lasts for a little while, maybe like 20-30 minutes or something. So once you get over here at the Slumber Mill Motel, you just want to make your way behind it, and we're going to be waiting for the nuke to drop. Doesn't matter if you're in the environment where you targeted dropping the nuke at, by the way. You're still not going to get taken out by it. There will be some kind of tough enemies. You'll find a Mirelurk back here sometimes. It usually spawns in this pool back here. So yeah, this is where the area where you're going to be discovering this secret at. It'll actually spawn right here next to this toolbox. We can potentially find Thor's hammer back here. Yes, Thor's freaking hammer. And it weighs freaking 500 pounds. Yeah, I kid you not. 500 freaking pounds. I actually had to make a mule to just hold this thing. So also, what you want to do back here is make a camp, like back here in this vicinity. It helps reset the zone back there for some reason. It just helps with this secret. I know, kind of weird. So just find a empty camp slot that you're not using, and just plop down a camp in this vicinity. So yeah, this is part of the process of getting this secret to trigger. Keep in mind though, you don't need to keep placing your camp over and over here before the nuke drops. Once you have your camp over here, you know, if it doesn't spawn during the nuke environment, when you nuke over here, just nuke again. You don't have to place another camp is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to keep redoing this part. But anyways, now let's go ahead and wait for the nuke to drop. And here is the trick to get this to trigger. Alright, the nuke just dropped. As you can see, neurological warfare just appeared. That is the secret boss fight over in Skyline Valley. You can literally nuke anywhere in Skyline Valley. You don't have to nuke specifically where I nuked at. Keep that in mind. But as you can see, the environment now has changed. We got this orange sky, and lightning strikes more frequently within this environment. We're speeding up the lightning strikes right now. And potentially, lightning will strike this area right here. It will strike the ground, beaming down Thor's hammer right there on the concrete. So the method from the original founder, how he got this to spawn, he would, you know, look at this spot directly here, come here next to the trash can toolbox, and if he didn't see it spawn, he would run over to his camp and then he would turn around right here, look at the area, and if it didn't spawn, he would just go straight back to the area and look down here again. And yeah, and he kept rinsing and repeating that. And yes, me and my buddies also decided to hunt for this as well. I got to give big thanks to XxDeadhunterxX and BeetleThings for getting me footage of this actually spawning. It takes forever. I kid you not. One of my buddies said it took him 8 nukes to officially get this to spawn. Keep that in mind. It can take a while, or you could get lucky with RNG. But if you're a collector and you want these kind of things, like these unique items, well, here's a way to get this. So yeah, you just literally run over to your camp, and then you just look at the area where it's supposed to strike, jump over, and then head back over to that area and look again. And you just keep rinsing and repeating. You keep running back and forth basically to your camp, back to the spot where it's supposed to spawn. For some reason, it like refreshes the area. That's how you can get this to potentially spawn here. Also suggested as another tip to wrap around the pool too when you're making your way back to the hammer. As you can see here, for an example, both my buddies, this is how they found it as well. They would wrap around the pool and then check the area where the hammer is supposed to be. And if it wasn't there, they would make their way back to the camp and then, you know, wrap around the pool of this environment. And while they're wrapping around the pool, they're keeping their eye out also if the lightning is striking too, looking at the spot where, you know, it would strike at. And like I mentioned, these do weigh 500 pounds, and if you do break this down, it's only worth 2 wood and 2 steel. So yeah, you can only have literally 2 of these in your stash if you have nothing in your stash. As you see, 500 freaking weight. Yeah. It weighs a lot. I actually have 2 of these on my mule, and that's all that can fit, because that equals up to 1,000 pounds, and we can only hold 1,200 in our stash. So yeah, displaying these are very difficult to display, I will say that much. And that's another downfall. It doesn't look unique, and also you can't use it as a weapon, unfortunately. So even if you are displaying it, I recommend just using the blacksmith hammer. As you see, my buddy XxDeadhunterxX got me some footage of the blacksmith hammer next to the Thor's hammer, and they look exactly the same. So if you are wanting to display this, just get the blacksmith hammer. Yeah. It's pretty unfortunate that there's nothing too unique about this besides the name and the weight and how it spawns. You would think it would be like some kind of secret weapon we could use, or something more unique about it, like electric would be flowing around it or something. But no. And also, in case you're wondering why is there 2 hammers in this footage here, my buddy just didn't collect the other one. BeetleThings is who got this footage. He just didn't collect the other one, he just let it be there. And yeah, you can have a potential chance of having 2 spawn over time. Keep that in mind. Just because one is on the ground doesn't mean another one won't spawn eventually. Just letting you know, no 2 didn't spawn at once. Oh yeah, and if you're having trouble picking up Thor's hammer, be sure to put pack rat on. This will make it so the weight of all junk items is reduced by 75%. But anyways, now let's go ahead and get into the rest of the lightning secrets. According to the person who found the Thor's hammer, this was the last one that wasn't quite discovered yet in the game files. These other ones are all of the others that you can potentially find in Skyline Valley. So yeah, let's get into all these other ones. So this first one I'm going to be showing you all though is over the only way to get and eat roast chicken. You can't cook this, oddly. The only way to get it is over at the trading post at the Skyline Valley region. It's located right here on the map. If you wait around here long enough, which trust me, I waited around here way too long. Like, I don't know, this seems completely random. It doesn't seem like it's set on some kind of timer of when this can happen. I felt like I was waiting here for hours, to be real with you guys. But eventually, these chickens spawned over here around these crates. Typically, there are 2 friendly chickens that you will see here when you come to the trading post, and you will notice that they are friendly with you. These other chickens, though, that spawn over here next to these crates will not be friendly with you. As you see, I managed to wait around long enough and actually get footage of them spawning in. That was a lot of waiting. They spawned in after a lightning flash happened around the area. But yeah, this is full proof that they do spawn in. And then after they do spawn in, a lightning storm will strike down around this area, hitting specifically these chickens too, and they will explode into roast chicken. Look at this. Dude, what in the world? Did you ever know that this could happen in the game? Like, be real. I've been playing this game a very long time. I've invested so many hours, thousands of hours, and I never knew that this was in the game until recently. And yeah, it's literally a new food item. I know some of you may be thinking, wait, we can make roast chicken. I know I was like that too. I was like, I thought we could have made roast chicken, but no, there's no recipe for roast chicken. This is the only way right now to get it. It would be cool if we could, like, you know, once we pick up the roast chicken, we learn the recipe to craft it or something, because it actually is kind of beneficial. I mean, it's not completely useless, but it's not like the most valuable thing ever though either. But it does increase your perception by 2, and of course it does heal you too. And it seemed to have spoiled really slow as well. As you see, when you eat it and go to your stats and effects, you will have the bonus called roast chicken that will last for 30 minutes. It will restore 2 HP per second, and it will give you +2 to perception. Keep in mind, you can make this have +4 to perception, and you can make it last an hour if you have the carnivore mutation on. That increases your benefits of the meat that you eat. Anyways, this next one is going to be another interesting find that you can discover once again in the Skyline Valley region from the lightning. This one will be located specifically at the Slumber Mill Motel down here in the region. As you can see, here is the government aid drop on the back of this trailer, and it states it's inaccessible, but actually it's not. We can get a hint that it's not by going over here to the top of this Red Rocket gas station. Up here we can find a note called Supply Run, and here's what it says when you go to read it. I need you to go to the Red Rocket gas station and bring back whatever is in that supply crate. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care who else might want it. I don't care if God himself's got to throw down a lightning bolt to open it up. Don't come back empty-handed or let me down. Your lives will depend on it. Now, I don't know exactly who wants whatever was inside this supply drop, but the hint was in this note. It turns out you have to wait for lightning to strike this government aid drop to unlock it. It's freaking insane, and it is a totally random occurrence, it felt like anyways. I was waiting here for so long, but I finally managed to get a clip of this unlocking and showing the lightning striking this government supply drop. Heck, it even struck me too. So yeah, a very interesting secret that I know a lot of players missed, and I just had to share it in this video. It's awesome that the environment is part of this secret. Unfortunately, there's nothing too special though in the government supply drop. I managed to see this unlocked in game 3 different times, and yeah, figured out it's just randomized loot within it. And heck, some of the times you may come over here and the lightning has already struck the supply drop, so it'll already be unlocked for you. Yeah, keep that in mind. If it's already unlocked, that's because the lightning already struck it. Okay, so next up here, I'm going to be covering something that can happen over at the Naked Creek location down in the Skyline Valley region. When coming over here, you might have ran into a Blue Devil, which is a very strong creature that you can go up against in Fallout 76. Well, it turns out at this location, something actually lures the Blue Devil to this place. Over here, you can find a ham radio connected to a satellite dish on top of these crates overlooking the Naked Creek camp here, which the Blue Ridge Caravan ran. And, well, it turns out if you wait around long enough for the storm to strike this ham radio, you'll see like a lightning strike hit the ham radio, and once it does, well, I'll go ahead and play out what happens, and then I'll get more into detail about it. Here's what happens. So yeah, that's what happened. The lightning struck the ham radio, and once it did strike the ham radio, this weird sound started to go off. It was almost like an alarm or something. It reminded me of the sound from the Safe and sound events. I think it actually is the same sound that goes off right before the Blue Devil appears during that event, which is what we run into after the lightning strikes the ham radio. So it makes sense. It's like that sound is like a lure for the Blue Devil. I just didn't find it immediately. It just took me a minute to come across it. Keep in mind, it does spawn just around in the vicinity once the lightning does strike the ham radio, oddly. It's like this sound attracts the Blue Devil or something. And yeah, this was a beefy crowned Blue Devil cryptid fight. So yeah, I mean, come a little prepared for this. This is obviously a like little mini boss fight that happens. I mean, even once it appears in your sights, like boss battle music starts to play. Now, I'm not saying this is like an in-game boss where the whole server has to join up to fight. No, but I am saying this is a beefy enemy, like a boss that you would, go against in the game. If you're like running through some quests or something. Also, something else unique that happened that I really haven't seen much is once the lightning did strike, the thrashers had electricity flowing around them. So the lightning also struck them, and the electricity stayed flowing around them. Thought that was pretty cool. Haven't seen that kind of detail like that in the game before. Either way, this is something really interesting. I just wanted to spotlight that the developers added in that I'm sure many players missed. I mean, who wants to just wait around and just wait for lightning to strike this ham radio for literally hours? You know what? I'm not even going to question that, because I'm one of those guys that wanted to wait around to just see this happen in game, and also to record it and spotlight it to show more of the community that this is something that can happen. The storm down in the Skyline Valley can trigger a bunch of secrets that probably a lot of players haven't discovered yet, still till this day maybe. So yeah, there you have it, everyone. That is all of the Skyline Valley lightning secrets. Hope you all found this enjoyable as well as informative. I'm out of here though. As always, most importantly, appreciate y'all taking the time watching and listening. Until next time, guys, peace.